Today's book talk is about The Hangman's Daughter by Oliver Potszch. This book is the first in a series, and I highly recommend it if you enjoy reading historical fiction or if you enjoy reading mystery novels with detective-like characters who investigate murder. At the beginning of the story, a boy is found dead and he has a strange symbol on him which the local people associate with witchcraft. What Oliver Potszch has done here is he's actually looked into the history of his own ancestors that lived in Bavaria, and he's giving a story set in the 1600s at a community that recently had burned a bunch of people and hanged a bunch of people, having accused them of witchcraft. The community is still somewhat unsettled and fearful, and the Hangman character is very much like Conan of Samaria. He's a big, strong man, but he's wise and well-read. He understands that this woman accused of witchcraft is not really guilty, and he wants to find a way to show her innocence. So while he's investigating it, we've also got his daughter Magdalena who gets involved in the action, and her love interest is Simon, a wannabe doctor who, to me, is a hilarious character, and also, of course, gets involved with investigating. Overall, I feel that Oliver Potszch presents a more male-centric story, even though it is called The Hangman's Daughter, because the story tends to focus more on the Hangman and Simon as they do their investigations. But Magdalena is definitely there and a part of things. You've also got an issue of children disappearing from the village. So not only are they investigating the potential witchcraft murder, but they also have to figure out what happened to the missing children. So I don't want to give spoilers, but I enjoyed the book. The only issues that I encountered were that I felt that in the first 50 pages, not a lot happened action-wise. You do get the murder right at the beginning of the book, but then Oliver Potszch is doing such a great job establishing the setting and the characters and what's going on with them. Since this is the first book in a series, it's probably good that he spent quality time on that, but I felt like we weren't getting a lot of clues there at the beginning. Luckily, the pacing picked up after that, so that was nice. My other issue is just sometimes I felt the story, despite being called The Hangman's Daughter, was perhaps written with a little bit of sexism, or perhaps weighing more toward the male characters. But maybe some of that was lost in translation, I don't know, because the book is one of those works that was originally written in German and then translated into English. I have read the second book in the series, The Dark Monk, and I hope to give you a book talk about that tomorrow. So I will tell you that I know the series gets better. And I read this book because I'm part of a book club in which last month we picked to read The Dark Monk, the second book in the series, and I wanted to read the first book, of course, before reading the second book, so I would know the background to it. And I'm glad that I did, because in discussing the book with other people in the book club, I realized there were a few issues that they questioned, that they didn't know about, because they hadn't read the first book. So I do recommend that if you're going to read the series, that you start here with the first book and that you don't skip ahead, so to speak. Other thoughts about the book? I liked the point of view. It's third person, and it is basically limited third person that switches from Jacob the Hangman to Simon to Magdalena, following those three main characters. Sometimes you get other miscellaneous characters as the point of view that's being followed, and it can take a little while to figure out why you're following that character. But clearly, as a mystery novel, you know that you're going to get some sort of information from the bad guys or the other people in town when it switches to them. It was fascinating that there was a character who had a bony hand like a skeleton. The story had a very gothic feel to it, being set in Bavaria in the 1600s with the witchcraft accusations and this villain that they called the devil who had a skeleton hand. So, if you enjoy gothic stories, if you enjoy mystery novels, if you enjoy historical fiction, then I think you'll like it. On a rating system of 5 stars, I give the book 3.5 out of 5. Hope you enjoyed the book talk today. Join me tomorrow for the sequel, The Dark Monk.